My name is Belinda, and this is my benchmark story. We had a crisis call on a young gentleman that had Down syndrome. He had lost his mom a few years ago, and his dad was seriously ill. He was about to go in to have cancer treatment, and there was nobody to take care of this gentleman other than his dad. He was nonverbal, but his eyes just said it all. You could just see the grief and the pain. Dad had showed me some pictures. He had a little photo book of this gentleman when his mom was alive, going out. There was pictures of the zoo and a birthday party and him smiling. And he had on these cute little t-shirt and shorts and tennis shoes, and he looked happy. So it was a really big contrast to what I was seeing in front of me, because he was almost 500 pounds sitting on a mat on the floor and just refused to do anything. I asked him to stand up because I was assessing him as far as his abilities, and he stood up for me and held my hand and walked across the room. Dad was amazed because Dad had not been able to get him to do anything except for just sit and watch TV. So a funny thing that happened is staff really didn't believe me when I told them that he walked for me the day that I assessed him, because once he got to the crisis home, he would not walk. He would just sit like he was doing at home. And then strange things started happening when people were out of his bedroom. His lights were turning on and off. His toys were moving. So we figured out that he was getting up and moving when nobody was watching, but he wouldn't do it with us. So we made it into a game. We started putting things out of his reach and putting things for him to get. And that was how we first started him moving around. He stayed with us for a little over a year, and he was challenging, but he lost over 250 pounds. He became ambulatory again. He was smiling. He was interacting with staff. He was going on outings with us. And then the day that he left the crisis home, it was one of my most memorable, because he was taken in the crisis home on a stretcher and had to be assisted with everything. And he walked out of the crisis home doors with his shorts and shirt and tennis shoes on and his backpack, just getting in a van, going to his new life. And that was all that I could hope for him, was to get him back to the young man that he was before he lost his mom. I do check up on him still every now and then, and he is living in a group home with some peers of his own age, going to day support and living a good life. Makes me feel very proud for him and happy that I played a small role in that and getting him the services that he needed. Honestly, it's my calling. There's someone out there who may need me, and so I get up and go to work.